Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. How you guys are doing? I think you guys are doing fantastic. Alhamdulillah. Now, this video, I will be talking to you guys very, very important things. Okay. Number one, during the time of Muawiyah and Ali ibn Abi Talib, radiallahu anh, when they were battling, they were having some tensions, I should say. Muawiyah, he found out that the Roman army, they were at the same time close to the Roman army. So the Muawiyah, he was close to the Roman army. So the Roman army, when they heard that Muawiyah and Ali ibn Abi Talib was having some tension going on, they decided to take advantage of that because they found that the Muslims are not united. Muawiyah, he sent a message to the Roman army. He said that if you think that this tension that I'm having with my brother Ali ibn Abi Talib, and you want to take advantage of that, I'm going to be sending an army that will start here and end where you are. So Muawiyah, he made it absolutely clear to the Roman army, do not think that Muslims are divided. Muawiyah, he was one of the scribes of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now this is objectively speaking. So should we talk about subjectively? Maybe not. We should actually always be factual, not anecdotal. We should not be looking at things that are not proven. We should be always looking at things from an objective point of view. So this is the story of Muawiyah and Ali ibn Abi Talib that we can learn a lot from and apply that in our time. This is very, very important. Now, dear brothers and sisters, as I put the title on here about Sheikh Yasir Qadhi or Mufti Menk, whatever you call them, or just Yasir Qadhi, whatever happening right now, it is something we need to talk about, because even though this problem, what is happening right now, we may sometimes think it is something that we can easily deal with, but the matter of the fact is that, dear brothers and sisters, we are not like the Sahaba. Means we are not as pure as they are. We all have a lot of sins, baggages of sins. So it is important for us to discuss this topic and find a solution, because if we do not talk about it, this thing will never end. So solution would be, the thing that I'm trying to get you here at is that we have to talk about this topic. At the same time, understanding our limitation that we are not like the Sahaba. Yes, we are human beings just like them, but we lack a lot more in terms of purity. And when it comes to sin, today, dear brothers and sisters, we are piling up on sin. So one may find it very, very hard to solve the situation, to solve the dispute. Mufti Menk needing, or Yasir Qadhi is promoting shirk. They might find it very, very challenging to solve these issues because these issues are ongoing. These things are happening almost every day. Something pops up, somebody says something, that is against Quran and Sunnah. So the problem that we are facing, in addition to the sins that we commit, for which we are not getting help from Allah Azza wa Jal to solve our problem or disputes, and we are getting divided even more. In addition to that, we also know that these issues are ongoing. These will continue on. Because of social media, because of whatever it is, news channel, mainstream media, whatever way it is coming, it is non-stop. It is happening every single day. Some new argument is being peddled on social media. New suspicion is being raised about Aqidah, about faith. And to make it even worse, dear brothers and sisters, the most challenging part of it for us to be united and to solve this problem is that none of us have authority over anybody else. Means we are living in a state where there is no central figure of authority. In the time of the Sahaba, they had a Khalifa. And this is why perhaps Islam promotes Khilafah, that we must have a Khalif so that we can take this matter to the court and get it solved. We do not have that. Whatever Mufti Menk said, whatever Yasir Qadhi said, whatever whoever said something, they will not be held accountable. They cannot be, in other words, because Again, there is no central figure, there is no authority, religious authority that we follow, that we obey, that we go to. What is the solution? Because if these things are not solved, you will see that, because at the end of the day, we are all the Ummah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and we want to solve this problem. It is not something we can just sit back and relax and let it play out the way it is right now and not worry about it, not think about it. This cannot happen. We are Ummah of action. We have to do something if we want to bring a solution. Brother Sharif, walaikum assalam. So what is the solution? Number one, dear brothers and sisters, is that disunity, and disunity is not something we should all aspire for. It's not something good to begin with. But if we have to have disunity, let it be disunity among the scholars. Okay? Let it be among those only few people who are talking in social media and who are very famous. If the disunity is among them, that's fine. If you follow Mufti Menk, if you follow Yasir Qadhi, and I don't follow them, don't worry about it. You will not become a kafir. You will not leave the fold of Islam. That should not mean I will not talk to you ever again. And this is exactly what is happening right now. So we have to forget about it. If the disunity has to happen, has to exist, let it be among the few people. If they are fighting, they are arguing, that's fine. But the disunity among the Muslim, the core group of the Ummah, the one who really cares about Islam, the unity should be there. We should not break away from each other. Number two way we can solve this problem is that promote a voice that is in the middle. I know that Sheikh Bilal Phillips, and I believe him to be a scholar, we want to go to these kind of people with these problems. We want to go to a central figure, a voice that talks from the Quran and Sunnah, and ask these central figures, if you like, this middle figure, I should say, middle figure who always strikes a balance. He's not on this side, he's not on the other side. He's with the side of Allah Azza wa Jal. And this person is not famous necessarily, but this person is knowledgeable. We need to promote those voices. We have too many voices from too many people in our time. Mufti Menk and Yasir Qadhi, we are so involved, we are so occupied with their lectures that we actually forget that there are other people who are more knowledgeable than them. And because we stuck with them, we do not prosper, we do not progress in our thinking. So let this not be a limitation of our understanding and knowledge of our deen. Let not these people make, let not these people be our teacher, the only teacher. Yes, we can take good from them, but at the same time we need to promote those other voices that are authentic, that are just, that are fair, that are not influenced by popularity, name, fame, money, wealth, whatever you call it. And number three solution, I think, of this problem would be, educating ourselves and our kids. A lot of the time, the reason I don't like if you say something against Mufti Menk or Yasir Qadhi is because they are my main source of knowledge. I don't read the Quran, I don't read the Hadith. I read them, every time I listen to them, non-stop. Their lectures, the one I'm playing right now here. As a result, I am basically an ignorant person. I have not really studied Islam. When you listen to the lecture of Mufti Menk, you do not become a knowledgeable person. Yes, you gain a lot of knowledge from them, but for you really to become knowledgeable, you need to study proactively. You cannot be passive, sitting on your couch and listening to a bunch of lectures and come out as someone knowledgeable. That cannot happen. That should not happen, because that is dangerous. We have to educate ourselves so that when Yasir Qadhi or Mufti Menk say something, we can double check. We can verify that with our knowledge from the Quran and Sunnah. And if we are not sure, we can go to the scholars. As I said, the third voice, the moderate, the middle voice, we can go to those people. And as long as we try in that in that endeavor, try to find a solution to these problems in a halal way, in a way that is pleasing to Allah Azza wa Jal. When I say halal way, basically I mean not fighting each other. So we have to educate ourselves, dear my sisters, if we want to see any change in the ummah. Because the ummah, when we become follower, we are not ummah of just followers. We are ummah of leaders. We follow just one man and one man only, which is Rasulullah. Everybody else, we take good from them and we forbid evil if we see evil coming from them. So we need to educate ourselves so that we do not become the follower. We become at the same time leader of our house, of our community, of maybe our country. We need to educate ourselves. That is the main point. Do not depend on knowledge from these people, from this sheikh, from these scholars, from the mufti, from this guy, that guy. When we practice all of this together, dear brothers and sisters, inshallah, you will see the Muslims will be united, will not be divided ever. Because if the division of the ummah, it depends on just few people, it is easy for us to break up. If it is a matter of Mufti Menk and Yasir Qadhi or this guy or that, John Bo Jane Doe, then the disunity for us to be divided is very easy. All shaitan needs to work on is on those people. But when we are educating ourselves, when we are knowledgeable, and when we are careful about what people say, and then and we stick to the main source of the knowledge, Quran and Sunnah, shaitan can only work maybe on you and me, but what about the rest of the billions of Muslims? It is very hard for him to work on all of us, but it is easy for him to work on just few people. That's the point. So Muawiyah, the story that I mentioned, between the tension between Muawiyah and Ali ibn Abi Talib, and the response of Muawiyah against this Roman army, is a lesson for us, is something that we can all ponder over and say to ourselves that shaitan, the enemy of Islam, don't you dare to take advantage of our disunity, because we are not. Yes, we have problem, we have differences in opinion, and that is only among few people, not for the entire ummah. Yes, we have those differences, but at the same time we are united when it comes to our deen. I hope that inshallah this will help all of us. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Like this video. If you did, share this video, leave a comment, inshallah, and I will see you soon again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.